Bientôt.
Bientôt.
Sur cet
écran. La femme.
L'homme.
L'Italie.
Le cinéma.
Avec Brigitte Bardot
et Michel Piccoli. L'Alfa Romeo.
Le music-hall.
La statue grecque.
Le revolver.
Le nouveau film traditionnel de Jean-Luc Godard.
My guest tonight is the French filmmaker Jean-Luc Godard, and he is invariably called an enfant terrible, a genius of film.
Jean-Luc Godard was born in Paris, France on December 3, 1930. Godard attended school in Nyon, Switzerland, and the Lycée Romer. After attending school in Nyon, Godard returned to Paris in 1948. It was there, in the Latin Quarter, just prior to 1950, that film societies were gaining prominence. Godard began attending these clubs, where he soon met the man who was perhaps most responsible for the birth of the new wave, André Bazin. His approach to film began in the field of criticism. Along Eric Romer, he founded the short-lived film journal Gazette du Cinéma, which saw publication of 5 issues in 1950. When Bazin co-founded the influential critical magazine Cahiers du Cinéma in 1951, Godard was among the first writers.
Enfin, vous, en somme, d'être devenu metteur en scène après avoir été critique, vous pensez que c'est plutôt un bel avancement?
Oui, mais je pense que c'est bien d'avoir été critique, c'est une bonne formation.
Godard, while taking a job as a construction worker on a dam in 1953, shot a documentary about the building, Opération Béton. As he continued to work for Cahiers, he made Une femme coquette in 1955, a 10-minute short. All the Boys Are Named Patrick in 1957, another short fiction film. And Une histoire d'eau in 1958, which was created largely out of unused footage shot by François Truffaut. In 1958, Godard made his last short before gaining international prominence as a filmmaker, Charlotte et son Jules, an homage to Jean Cocteau. Godard was part of a generation for whom cinema took on a special importance. Godard's Breathless, A Bout de Souffle, 1960, starring Jean-Paul Belmondo and Jean Seberg, distinctly expressed the French New Wave style. The New Wave was a blanket term coined by critics for a group of French filmmakers of the late 1950s and 1960s. Using portable equipment and requiring little or no setup time, the New Wave way of filmmaking presented a documentary-type style.
Sometimes, to look at things, you have to go very far to have a possibility of taking a look of it.
Godard viewed filmmaking as an extension of criticism and was more interested in redefining film structure and style than actually being understood by the public.
People can come out of a Godard movie and say, I just don't quite get it.
Often his movies were more about the presentation of a story than anything else. The stories in his films were very simple, yet unfocused and constantly digressing from the main storyline. His return to somewhat more traditional fiction was marked with Sauve qui peut, La Vie in 1980, the first of a series of more mainstream films marked by autobiographical currents. For example, Passion in 1982, Lettre à Freddy Bosch in 1982, Prénom Carmen in 1984, and Grandeur et Décadence in 1986. Godard has continued to work actively into his 70s. In 2001, Éloge de l'amour, In Praise of Love, was released. This film is notable for its use of both film and video. The first half captured in 35mm black and white, the latter half shot in color on digital video. Jean-Luc Godard was and still is one of the most prominent director-producers in the world of film. He contributed greatly to the New Wave movement, and his unique style is still used today.
Maybe I consider myself as I'm part of the audience, and I'd like to see movies or images and sound and stories told to me through images and sound. But I realize that to have my own, to see the right story I want to see, I have to participate. And
A very fast good night to you.
thank you.
Thank you. Jean-Luc Godard. See you next time.